What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Going to be checking out something from Giant Mouse today, and it is the Ace Atelier, and it's the titanium version. Been wanting to check this out for a good long while. I've got one of their knives. It's the red canvas version. Well, I freaking love that knife. It's such a well-made and just smooth operating knife. Like it really is. I wanted the titanium version of it, but it was a little more expensive, obviously. So I went with the red canvas, but I still always wanted to check it out. So I was pretty excited when I was able to get my hands on this and get my name on that list to be able to check it out. Mm, 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 mm. Exactly what you expect it to be. I did read a review. Someone didn't like it just because they thought the liner lock was stiff. It was stiff. I think that's what he said. It was stiff. No real problems here. It's been passed around a little bit, obviously, so maybe that's just broke in. Sometimes people they don't want to wait for that to be broken, and that's their problem, I think, sometimes. And that's why they return knives, because they're like, oh, yada, blah, blah, blah. Just take some time. If you really like the knife, take some time to get it to, worked in. Not all knives are going to work awesome out the box. I know Chris Reeves knives, apparently they need broken for a while until there's some time to break in until they're like just awesome. So sometimes you just got to break them in. You got to use them a little bit. You know what I mean? And most people out there, I think, do know that overall. But really stoked for this thing. It's very nice in hand, obviously, because I already have one and love it. It's a Voxness Anzo design. I love Voxness. I have several of his designs. His knife designs, excuse me. Never disappointed. I loved every one of them. I have the F5.5. Obviously the giant mouse. I think the Pilar, CRKT Pilar. That's I think his design also. I don't know if the first Pilar was his. I think it is actually. So I have the first and the third iteration of those. I think I have another one too of his design, and they're all phenomenal, really. Even from the budget all the way up to the more expensive one like these. Um, Beautiful knife though overall. I love the way it looks and that jimping on the titanium handle and everything. It's awesome looking. Um, this is like I said, been handled and broke in, so it's got some little scratches on the blade a little bit. You can kind of see here and there. Yeah, see, some people have used it a little bit off and on, which that's fine. I'm checking it out. I'm excited just to get to check it out and handle it and everything. Um, but let's check out. See the handle. It just looks good. And I'm not real big in like, I don't know if that's brass or gold. I don't know what you would call it, brass or gold. I always kind of get the two mixed up, like how they look. But I feel like that's kind of ish, or I don't know, gold either or. But it looks very good with it overall. Like it goes really well with it actually. And I'm not that type of person who likes that type of color. Like I hate gold looking stuff, but it just goes well with the knife overall. You do have a lanyard hole right there. Obviously, it comes with it. The one thing I didn't like about it, even though I don't use a lanyard hole, I think it's kind of weird that it's right here in the back of it, like the low back or the back to the back, back top. How about that back top? I think it should have been a little lower, but I guess that would probably gotten away with the pocket clip. So it's just kind of an awkward area for it. Like, but with the design of the knife and everything like that, I understand why it had to go there. But I wonder if that was just like an afterthought type thing. But it's a lanyard bead hold, whatever. A lot of people don't use them, but a lot of people do also. I've seen people who have one on every one of their knives. So to each their own, right? Opens up great. I don't know if I said it yet. I had a guy I looked up online, had a review about it. Said the liner lock was stiff. This is working awesome. Um, but again, like this has been broken in probably quite a bit more than his. So yeah, but overall, like beautiful knife. Got a nice little jimping. I like how he does his jimping right here. It just makes sense to me. Like I'm not gonna really use a knife like this. Like I'm usually gonna choke up a little bit on it, and that's perfect where it's at, like for your thumb. I have medium-sized hands, so that it sits perfect right where it's at. And you have that little hump right there, so you're not gonna go sliding forward. It all just works out very well. Um, like I said, I like the backspace. I got a little bit of jimping right there. For what purpose, I don't necessarily know. I guess just for your hand. maybe. I don't just so you don't slip. I don't know. It's only like six of them right there, six small ones, so it kind of looks like what's the point? But oh well. You have your finger hole right there for opening. It's the only way to open it, and sometimes I can. Let me see if I can. Sometimes I can get my little index finger going right there to kind of get it open. Sometimes I miss that, but so far so good. I'm doing pretty good with that. But with the middle finger and the index finger both open up just perfect. Yeah, okay, that's three in a row for the index finger. So sometimes I have problems, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on the knife. But so far, so good. You have a pretty good wire pocket clip. That's one thing I always kind of wondered about them, like why they always use wire pocket clips. I think Lynch Clip makes obviously a pocket clip for these, but I figured if you're gonna pay a little bit more money, I wonder why they never went with like a nicer pocket clip. Maybe it's just the across the board type of thing where they just use wire pocket clips for everything. I'm not sure. I've only handled this is my second giant mouse, and I'm trying to think. I think the other ones I've seen, I haven't checked out, but I've seen them. They've had wire pocket clips, so maybe it's like across the board type of thing where there's all wire pocket clips and that's it. If you want something else, obviously you can buy extras and stuff like that. But one Lynch clip, I think, like I said, does it. So if you have one, you want a pocket clip, nice one. Lynch clip goes all the way right there. Nice deep carry. Looks like some T8 screws. Let's check those out real quick. No, I love this thing. I know a lot of people say they don't like it because it's Italian made. I've heard a couple guys. I'm like, I'm all right with it. I don't care. It's a great knife. They did a great job on it. So, of course, I'm going to be all for it. Okay, so, if I can get it all in. All right, so, pivot and pocket clip screws are T8s. Everything else is a little small T6. So, ew, ew, ew. But that's all right, though. That's livable. Overall, great knife. I like it. I like the way it looks. It just feels good in your hand. Um, I don't think this is one you'll be disappointed in. I'll probably do like a final review with the other one too, because I don't know if I've done a final review over that one. But I'll do like a comparison of both and then give you stats and everything like that over this one. But great knife. Oh, and what I also love is how it's edged out, like it's concaved a little bit. It's kind of rounded out. It's not like edgy, like right. Well, no, it doesn't really have any edges. It's all kind of rounded out. Actually, now that I'm looking about it, even the handle. Oh, they did it right. I like that. I like that. They are rounded out everything. So everything's rounded out. There's not really any sharp edges except for obviously the blade. So great knife overall, though. I like it. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. If you guys like the video, just leave a thumbs up. Thanks.